Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to talk to you about futures trading for beginners. Which strategy to use, how to read the market in the simplest possible way, in the simplest possible words, without complicated fudges, with examples. Let's go. First of all, we need to understand that we will not use leverage for futures trading. Why? Because it involves certain risks. It's very important to realize that we don't need those risks. So when we choose an expected pair, let's not take Bitcoin, but let's take let's take Solana, let's say. Yes, we take away the leverage, and we're not going to use it. I advise you very much, if you're just learning about cryptocurrency, yes, even if you're already intermediate or even experienced, it's better to try to use them at a minimum. In order for us to understand how we will act, looking at the market with these candlesticks, yes, there is a lot of confusion. We will use two indicators. They are, in my understanding, the simplest, the most, basic, and they give us a very good idea of what is happening in the market. The first indicator is RSI. Here it is. The second indicator is the stochastic. Here it is. What do these values tell us? The upper value of RSI, it shows us the degree of overbought and oversold of the asset. So, these two lines here, they are universally customizable. Well, the default value is 70/30 values. They are, in principle, quite good. They show us the moments when some asset is too high in price, i.e., it is bought more than it should be and sold more than it should be, respectively, falling in price. We can look at these values to see what is going on. Let's say, here we see, on January 12th, we have it below the line at 30, i.e., it is oversold, i.e., its price at the moment is undervalued compared to its price that it should be. We just watch, buy, and wait for it to rise. Вот видите, он рос, пробил верхнее значение. And it starts to fall. Well, in principle, we are not interested in all the other values between these impenetrable lines. Here we see that there was a value that it was oversold. Here we could buy it, and it is growing. Basically, now I'm assuming it's going to rise as well. I took it as a buy. Just below the second value is the stochastic oscilloscope. It makes us realize the following things. In addition to the fact that it also helps us to understand the degree of overbought and oversold on these lines right here, for example, right here. So we can see that it is, according to the stochastics, it's a little bit overbought. Accordingly, RSI, I said that I would buy, but in fact there is no sense to buy it, because according to the stochastics, it has also gone beyond these limits, so we will not buy it yet. We're going to sit and wait and see what happens. Because when it breaks through this line, it is a clear sell signal. Basically, the stochastic, this blue line here, it shows us the ratio of the current price of the cryptocurrency, its close, to the maximum price for a certain period. Usually it's 14 days. Right there, please see, 14, here it is, 14 days it will show. So, it turns out that in the last 14 days now, the current price is above the maximum for a certain period. Accordingly, this is a signal that it will fall. And the yellow line next to it is a moving average from this stochastic line. In principle, you don't have to worry about it. If you are interested, Google it and read it in detail. But exactly how to read it is very convenient, just by looking at how these middle lines and the stochastic itself interact with each other. If the blue line interrupts the orange line like this, from bottom to top, as we can see, at 2:00 a.m. on January 19th, the price will go up. And if it breaks it from top to bottom, the price will fall. Thus, we're looking for moments. You see, here we have RSI and stochastic a little bit different and a little bit confusing, because right now, there's no overbought as such, so there's no overbought. RSI is average. But the stochastic is saying that it is falling. We can put a fall, yes, because the blue line crosses the orange line. And in general, it is a fall, yes, we can put a sell. But it's better when we have both one and the other values coincide and tell us the same things. These are the most such simple, as in my understanding, basic indicators. Let's take some other coin. Let's see. Here, let's see the USDT link with the same values. So the same thing, we turn off the indicators, write RSI and write stochastic. Here, we see the following. First of all, we see that there is a down signal on stochastic and on RSI. Well, almost a down signal. Yes, that is, we see that we bought it a lot here on the chart. When it was below the price, there was growth. By the way, you can pay attention. Yes, that on RSI we were oversold. On Stochastic we were also oversold. Plus, well, there is a crossing. And the blue line. It is very clear. Yes, it wants to move up. And now we have almost reached the overbuy on RSI, and on the Stochastic we also see that the blue line has crossed the orange line, it's going down, plus there's an overbought percentage. So what we're doing is we're opening a sell trade, sell short. We're gonna do it by the amount. Let's take 100 USDTs and click on sell short. Everything in principle, the deal is already open. I also recommend you to put take profit stop loss. You can do it here, or you can do it here. Let's just define the value in percentages for the whole position, by which we try to exit. Well, let's say that we had average values somewhere. When we had them at 4 in the morning, somewhere at 4 in the morning we had the values of 14.8, and we just set this TPSL according to these average values, which we had for all indicators, considered as average for the last time. That is, 14.8, that's a 42% profit. Approve! And we wait for this trade to be executed. Of course, we can manually watch it if we see that the indicators have turned sharply. That is, they, let's say, broke through this line and then went back up. Yes, very clearly. That is, where by example, let's say, right here. Yes, you see, it broke through and literally within a couple of hours went back up. These trades are dangerous. That is, you see, as many sell signals we had, all this time the price continued to grow, and accordingly, we could suffer losses. But the way we do it, look, without margin, although actually I opened a deal with margin here, I did not notice that I had a margin here. Let me close and show you again how it is correct, that without margin on the deal we did it. It's the same. I mean, yes, we do it. Just without margin. The same thing that started at 14.8, if I'm not mistaken. 14.8. That is, percent. You can see that we will have much less profit. Yes, because we do without 10% margin, but at the same time we have rather small risks. That is, the price should rise to the cost of 4 USDT per link for us to catch the liquidation. But, you know, this is far from on the verge of fantasy, far from what can happen. That's pretty much it. That's such a basic strategy. Literally, thanks to 2 indicators, you can regulate well. Understand the state of the market now by Stochastic and by RSI, and make your decisions based on that. Here, and I did not agree actually, if you see that, yes, the line does not fall, continues to go and break through, it means that the price is likely to continue to grow now, despite the fact that the indicators, yes, will tell us that it is time to sell, but we see that it continues and continues to grow upwards somewhere, then it is better to just go in yourself. Having noticed it, close the deal, wait until it calms down a little bit, because such moments, when it breaks through very strongly in one of the directions, yes, you can suffer losses quite serious. But again, since we do it without leverage and with a huge liquidation price, we can just wait out these moments. So in the near future, we looked at 1 hour, rather within a day. Yes, it will happen, and this deal will close in the plus. Again, I can write about it in the comments how it went. Use, this is the base, let's say, very easy indicators, which will help you without much knowledge already try to trade. Plus, of course, it would be nice to read more about both of these indicators or watch a video. Maybe I will record a separate video about each of them in detail if you are interested. Write about it in the comments. That's all for now. Bye-bye, everyone.